Hey everybody, how you guys doing? I hope you're doing amazing on purpose. Yes. I wanted to come on here to have like a raw rant. To have a raw rant to catch you guys up um on a little bit of what's going on with me because I know it's going to help you. I know it's going to help you. So I'm trying to sit here and figure out where exactly do I want to start. Because, yo, when I tell you, you ever had one of those weeks where it's like an emotional roller coaster, but it's also so transformative? Yeah, I had one of those weeks. And it was the week of my launch. You know? It was the week of my launch, which I had an amazing launch. I'm so grateful for everybody that has been supporting my business. I am just overwhelmed with joy because it still doesn't feel real, but it's real. Okay? It's real. So I had an amazing launch, and towards the middle of the week, I started to feel full because that full moon was coming, and I knew, and mind you, we were still in the last little bit of days of the solar eclipse. So I mean the Mercury retrograde. So I said, oh, okay, it's time to get ready. It's time to get ready. And as I am sitting and just waiting on exactly what's going to come up, because for me, I would feel full, and I would have inklings of what it is. We all do, but we be trying to act like we don't. So I felt full. I felt like I knew I was going to have to release some shit, but I was waiting for my guides to give me confirmation. And so the middle of that week, I decided to go, really that whole entire week I spent outside. I went to the park like every damn day, I think except for one day, because that's how grounded I needed to feel with just everything, with the launch of the business and it becoming real, like me not just working behind the scenes, but it's actually out there to the public to use, for their advantage to heal. So I was sitting in all of that and, just paying homage to my nature guides. But then I started, right, because it's going on 7 months. Next month, which is tomorrow, next month will make 7 months of me leaving my career. And let me tell you, this is where in your journey of transition, right, where two things can be the fuck true. Okay, and let me break it down. Let me tell you why. I do not miss my job. Not 1%. Like, I do not miss my job. What I miss is my money. That is what I miss. I miss that security of my money coming in every month, like a set amount of money coming in. That is the only thing. I don't miss my role. I don't miss my status. I don't miss my responsibilities that I did at work. I don't miss being a manager. Like, I don't miss it. I just miss the money. But in the same token, the lifestyle that I have now cannot compare. The job that I had cannot compare to the lifestyle that I have now. I get to wake up every day and decide exactly what I want to do. I'm not tied to a schedule. I'm not tied to, a salary of having to work a certain amount of, hours clocking in. I'm not tied to any of those things. I literally get to get up every fucking day and do whatever it is that's on my heart to do, whatever's on my to-do list, whatever I feel like tapping into. But that is when your values come into play. And so when I started to feel the feels, right? Because tomorrow will be 7 months. And for those of you who don't know, I pulled my retirement money, I pulled my savings, and that's the money I've been living off of, you know? And I'm grateful for my team for helping me strategize the ways to take care of the major things. But now that it's 7 months, I am seeing my money leaving my account every month for bills. And then on top of that, I also have expenses for my business. And with me growing it, I know that it's a lot that goes into it, you know, when it comes to financially. So my ego, my ego came up, y'all. My ego came up and started saying like, damn, I'm telling you all the things my ego was saying. Damn, you know, maybe we shouldn't have left the job. Maybe we should have waited. Maybe we should have, you know, try to do both at the same time. Maybe we should go and look for another job. Maybe, like, you're not good enough. You're not ready. All of these things, right? So you know what I did? I got the fuck about that space and I went for a walk because I was just not having it. I was not on one foot going to enjoy and have this beautiful launch and really see all of my some of my projects, but a major project that I was working on really come to fruition, and then allow my ego to tell me that I'm not deserving enough, I'm not worthy enough, that my products are not good enough, that it's not going to be successful. I was not the fuck having it, but I was feeling all the feels because you have to feel it. You have to see what's coming up. And now that I don't push my ego away, I go sit her ass down. I go sit her ass down. And you know what I did after that walk? I went to my truck. Cause I always keep my chair. I keep a blanket. I keep my my picnic blanket, my little tent that I be having, like I keep it in the trunk because sometimes I just really want to, if it's a beautiful day and I'm driving or I'm at the park and I'm done my walk, I want to sit down. And this day, I decided I needed to go, and sit down underneath the tree. And I took my paper and my pen out and I wrote down an entire list of all the ways that I sabotage myself. Yep. I let the ego talk. I sat her ass in front of me and I let her plead her case. And I wrote down all that shit because I needed to know exactly how I was going to write my petition when I got home, working with Archangel Michael, Saint Michael. Because I'm not playing. And one thing I love about working with St. Michael, he don't play. When you really want to get some shit up off you, when you really want to transform and elevate, he's going to make sure he come in with the quickness. And when I say the quickness, it doesn't mean necessarily time. Like it's like overnight. But it's, when I say with the quickness, you feel it internally, that nudge, that pull, that this is what I have to do. Like, I'm not going to allow these old limiting beliefs. I'm not going to allow these old ways to affect me and to rob me of everything that I have worked thus far for the last 6 months to create. Absolutely not. And so then I had to go down that rabbit hole even more, you know, to figure out, okay, if the only thing that you're missing from this place is the money, why? In this world, we're programmed to believe that money makes you feel secure, money makes you stable, money makes you happy, money erases all of your problems. And to a certain degree, that is true, a very small percentage. But the bigger percentage if you're not already internally happy, if you can't be happy in a room where there's absolutely fucking nothing in it but you got some work to do. And so I had to sit in that shit. And I had to literally look around, y'all. Look around my home. Just look at my life. Look at my journey. And what I said before, that place cannot compare to the amount of peace and happiness that I have right now. And even being scared, even feeling unsure and uncertain, because I know, I feel it with everything in me. This miracle is coming. This offer is coming. However, I had to clean up some energy that was still tied to old limits and beliefs, because now I'm in a space where the money is getting low and I am still growing my business. I believe it. I know it's going to take off. But that's the other part, is putting a product out there and stepping into my complete spiritual side to, as a healer, to help other people. In a way, I'm so grateful. I'm overjoyed with the fact that I am chosen and I've done the work to get to this place and to be able to show people how I've done it. It is so fucking dope. But equally, because I am a change breaker, I am a generational cycle breaker, I had to go ahead of a lot of people around me. I had to go ahead of a lot of, of the individuals in my generation. And it's to the point where, yes, I released a product and I'm going to be providing services. But at the same time, I got to be real in saying that I am still waiting for the world to catch the fuck up. And that's not always easy. It's not always easy to sit in, but I still have certainty that it will come. You just don't know exactly when. And I am learning to make peace with that, because it still doesn't diminish what I have done and what I'm still doing. It's just, it will reach the people that it deserves to reach, that it needs to reach. And I will patiently wait. So when I got through this exercise, then I went home and I rewrote my petition, and I took every single way that I could list from my ego of how I sabotage myself. I wrote a petition rewriting every single one of those narratives. Every single one of those just is so raw, because there's still parts of you, but you can transmute it. You can transform it. And so that gave me peace, right? But I still felt full, and I still felt like there was some energy that I needed to release. And that brings me to the next point in this story. Who knew this was going to be a story time? I just knew I was going to be ranting. So for those of you who don't know, those of you who do know, I've been in a relationship for 7 years now. And relationships are up and down, and without sharing too much, because I'm still processing it, I had to make one of the toughest decisions to have a conversation with my partner now, just friend, because as you grow, as you continue to evolve, right? Everybody's not going to be in the same place. And if the energy is not 100% aligned, you will feel it. And that's what I kept feeling. And what also came up, it was like, well, damn, how am I, like, spirit, this is all hitting me all at once. But it's not, and it wasn't. I've been feeling a lot of things for a minute now, as was she. But when you're in a relationship, with whether the friendship, relationship, marriage, it doesn't matter. When you're in connection with someone else, a lot of times that old programming will come up of, putting your needs to the side and over pleasing. And I simply, with that week and seeing all the ways that I sabotage myself, I said, absolutely the fuck not. Okay. So we had a conversation, And I prayed so hard for this conversation to be what we needed it to be. And it was exactly that. And I was so grateful. We both were. It was like a sigh of fucking relief because we love each other to death. We really do. But let's be honest. All relationships, all connections and energy exchanges that you have with people is to teach you about you. Is to reflect to you what you either need to address, you need to still heal, you need to let go of. You have to figure that out, but it's all for you and for you to continue on your journey. And so we didn't have, and that's the part where my ego was coming up, because when I was making this decision, I had my heart was heavy, my gut was in my ass. It was just a lot. It was a lot. And I sat down, and when I had this conversation, my ego was coming up and just kept saying like, well, damn, y'all been together for 7 years. Excuse me. You know, you guys got all these plans together and you just gonna end it. And so it made me feel like I was the one that was, breaking up such a happy situation. We wouldn't have been here if I felt happy. We wouldn't have been here if she felt happy. You know what I'm saying? Happiness is only something that you can give to yourself. And with us being in a relationship for 7 years, you then become codependent if, let's be honest, a lot of our old parts, our old limits and beliefs is what we were demonstrating in this relationship. And although it was still hands down the best relationship that either one of us have ever had, it was worth holding on to. It was worth committing to. It was worth fighting for. But at the same time, we're in different spaces in our lives. And so we had to be honest with loving ourselves and being able to say, hey, I love me enough to love you and allow you to heal without you having to worry about the pressure of focusing on a relationship. You cannot focus on a relationship if you haven't focused on self. And so we don't know what the future holds. But that was the toughest fucking conversation we've ever had to have. A lot of tears shed, a lot of vulnerability. But I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of the love that we still do have. I'm still proud of us still having a close friendship, a close bond. Because the love and the care that you have for that person doesn't go away. But right now, we're just focusing on ourselves individually. And that broke my heart. I'm still dealing with that. She's still dealing with it. We're so used to each other, but we're willing to see what is the next chapter going to look like for us if we really take the time away to do the things that we need to do for us without and be selfish. We both equally need to be selfish and really put ourselves first. And so I'm saying this to say there's a lot of people that's in situations where you're not doing yourself any justice by staying in a situation that is not aligned with the energy that you need to create the things that you want for yourself. If it's not pouring into you, if it's not benefiting you, two things can be true at the same time. It doesn't mean that that person doesn't care about you or that they never loved you. They just are not simply able to love you the way that you deserve to be loved in this moment, or vice versa, or both. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to hold on to it, trying to tell yourself something. And for me, commitment, I still believe in love. I still believe in partnerships. We both do. But I believe in not repeating cycles that do not serve us. I believe that I know to be true because I'm 36 years old. I've never been married. I've never had kids. But when I do, it needs to feel right through and through. I don't want to go into it like, oh, well, maybe it will work itself out. If I don't have enough percentage of certainty going into it, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's energy and I don't want it. And so I had to release that. She had to release that. And honest and true, guys, since that conversation, us just focusing on ourselves, but still being cordial, still expressing care for one another has been such a different experience that I've never had. Equally scary, but hopeful and grateful at the same time. And that's really all that I can ask for. And my main prayer, like my main intention that I have been setting with my guides, is to please give me the perspective on, change my perspective and give me the lens to see the solutions in whatever situation I'm in. I don't need to see the bad parts unless I am looking to transmute that energy. But there has been so many great things and so many great memories, whether it was at the job, with my coins, with my team. I still have things to be grateful for, even when I'm in those moments of confusion or in the moment of transition. You can't get your healing done if you're unable or unwilling to look at the things inside of you, and only you want to know, because you can, at the end of the day, you're the only one to remember your memories. You are the only one that know what you're really feeling. So who the hell else is going to do the work if it's not you, boo? If it's not you. And I had to ask myself that. So it's been a lot. I'm smiling. I'm always smile. Even when I cry, I always laugh after. I always smile after. Yes. Because you have to feel the feels so that you can be at peace and you can heal yourself and transmute that energy. But the more that you do it, the better you get at it. And the clearer your vision gets. And so I'm grateful that I get to spend each day exactly how the fuck I want to spend it. And that healing is a major part of that. It's not all just healing, because, you got to take breaks. That should be exhausting. But it is a priority for me. And so I would never give up, no matter where it is, no matter where I'm at, no matter what's going on. I'm going to stay steadfast on my journey, because although it may hurt at times, although it may confuse you, although you may not know if you going to fuck up or down, but it's all worth it. And even in the midst of all of this, my peace, y'all, my peace has never wavered. And that's the part that always keeps me solid and lets me know that you're going to be all right. And even when my ego would come up and she would say certain things and try to knock me off my damn square, I would either get another sale come through on my phone for some of my products, or I would get a message with somebody really expressing their love for the product and the energy that's coming up off of it, because I don't really put some good ass energy into it. And so I do this work so I can stay in alignment, and so I can stay in integrity and have faith. And really, everything that's inside of me will go into my products high vibrational. I have to hold myself accountable. This is also another reason why I chose a spiritual business. It had to, because spirituality is my lifestyle, whatever I do has to be rooted in that. And my business is rooted in that. So in order for my business to grow and flourish, I have to grow and flourish, because if not, I'm going to send the wrong signal to the universe that I don't believe that I'm worthy. I don't believe that I'm deserving. And I'm not about to block none of my motherfucking blessings. Okay? And neither should you. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to share right now. Yes. Yeah, I was cracking myself the hell up, I think, from yesterday to today, because you know what they don't talk about in the healing journey, tribe, community, whatever. You do have your ego, and then you do have your higher self, but there's also like a middle person. She's the one. You ever seen that old school cat clock where the eyes just be going like this? That's that middle chick, okay? She just be in the middle, and she ain't fucking busting no damn move until Y'all figure out which side, the ego gonna win, or you gonna let your higher self carry you through. But that's the other part that you guys have to look at, because a lot of you, what I was feeling from the collective, a lot of you have been straddling the damn fence. You know what's no longer serving you. You know what you need to do, but you refuse to just bust a move. Like, you just want to stay right there looking on both sides. How long you gonna keep repeating the same lesson? We ain't gonna tune in. What you gonna do? Because your ass can't stay in the middle. Okay? And if you stay in the middle, don't be surprised when them tower moments come. Because they will come. Your guys will lovingly push your ass to the side that you need to be on. It's because it's just, sometimes it's just so painful to watch. It's so painful to watch. And understand this, right? The other part, the reason why that came up for me, that middle person, is because if you have been doing your work and you're aware of how much you've grown or what your goals are to grow, then you should have no issue with looking backwards when you allowed your ego to take the reins. That's when we were showing up wrong and fucking strong, okay? We thought we was doing the damn thing, but we really was wrong and strong. That was your ego. So when you decided that something had to change for you, whether it was your environment, the people around you, your mindset, your goals, your habits, whatever, right? When you decided that is when you shut your ego down to let her know that, hey, there is a new way that we are about to put in force. So I need you. I heard you. I hear you. I feel you. When you do that, then you move to that middle person. Like, okay, which way we gonna go? Because you may still be at that middle person for a while, right? Because it takes a while to transition. Let's be real. It ain't just overnight. You're going to be at that middle place for a while because you know that I'm not going to do the things that I know is wrong and strong. But I know that it may take me some time to change my thoughts in a way that's more serving for where I'm going and what I'm trying to do before you can actually implement the higher version of yourself for whatever area that is to your life. That's why I wanted to bring up that middle person. But I talk to all parts of me. And so should you. You should give them the time. If you need to name them, name them. You need to give them, list the personalities, list the ways, the things they say to you, list the things that they do to you whenever you want to set new goals for yourself, or when you want to set a new habit or discipline yourself. What does she do? How does she give you a stomach ache? Does she give you a headache? Does she just make your ass completely tired, just snatch all your energy? Those things are going to come up because that's the programming that you are used to doing in those situations. But if you just push through that and get your ass to the other side, I promise you, it's going to be worth it. Okay? So that was enough about me, because, I'm a really private person. But as I continue to grow, y'all, I have no problems being vulnerable because I don't have any shame or guilt about my decisions, about the things that I do. And one of the biggest things that I had to remind myself last week, right, is that my journey is my journey. And so it's not going to look like anybody else's journey. And I know your girl went over it. I put myself in a situation because this was the way for me to really release a lot of those stubborn ass limiting beliefs about money, about status, about being breadwinner, about, all of these things that I thought made me successful, but none of them made me happy. None of them gave me freedom, peace, and just full creativity. And my creativity has been through the fucking roof. Okay? I've big things have come. I am just constantly thinking about all of these new ways, all of these new projects. It's a lot. So, and it's just me. So I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to rush the process because I've learned to just love being still. so that I can hear my team give me my direction, but I can also give myself grace to mourn the things that I know I thought at one point used to serve me, but that's no longer who I am. And so you have to give yourself time to get acclimated to the new you. But always strive for the new you, the better you. And I really hope that my story helped somebody today. It definitely helped me get my life together. And I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful for my journey, and I'm grateful for the collective. I'm grateful for the people who do tune into my videos, who has activated some of the lessons that I've shared. I love you. So remember, a seed can't grow unless you're water it. So get your ass up and bless up.